add this. Hello, gentlemen. Good evening. It's Saturday evening. It's October the 1st. 3/4 of the way through this year. And I think this year, with regards to the pandemic, has got better because, it's got better because it got off to such a bad bloody start, didn't it, with the onion variants and all of that. Never mind. Let's say hello to people. Leeds, good evening. Steve White, good evening. Yoz Travels, good evening. Yogi Bear, good evening, mate. I am Tilt. Wayne M. Martin Blonsden. What is it? Martin Blonsden is referring to that video that I put out on the other channel. Martin Blonsden, good evening, Eddie and chat. Yes, Thai bar girls have gone downhill. The hot girls are online. Okay, yeah, I put a video out about half an hour or so ago on the other channel. Capo 17, good evening. Brian Street, cheers, mate. Okay, thanks for that super chat, Brian. Now, Brian has spent the last month or thereabouts in Thailand. I think he's been in Bangkok. I've seen all his pictures on Facebook. So maybe Brian wants to tell us the current situation of Bangkok, because obviously there's a lot of rain there, which is probably not that. I mean, this is the rainy season, so it's always hit and miss with regards to that. But I think it's been a bit more severe this particular rainy season. That's it sounds like that. If Brian wants to tell us about what the script is with bar girls and all of that right now, at this moment in time, he's welcome to do so. So thanks for that. I'm glad you had a good holiday, Brian, and thanks for that super chat. Okay, here we go. Seamus Doherty. I may as well put these, since this is what we want to talk about. Seamus Doherty, just watch your video. I believe Thailand will never be the same with bar girls. Cambodia has a much better future. Okay. Well, I haven't been to Cambodia for a few years, but Cambodia for many years was terrific. It really was. So the video that I just made, Thai bar girls, have they gone downhill? That is available on the other channel, the main Edward Sweeney channel. So I released that less than an hour ago. McLaren F1 race, nice to hear from you, Clive. Mr. Eddie, good to see a familiar face and buddies on there. Yeah, absolutely, great to be here. Well, but this is I'm not going to dwell too much here because this is a very, very depressing subject. But AJ said, "Hi Ed, someone just being charged with the shooting of a little girl in Liverpool." Well, I mean, that is truly. It's a truly savage, and I can't really say anything about it. Not only should the guy have given up, but it should never have happened in the first place. But I commiserations, to that little girl who got shot there. That's truly dreadful, truly dreadful. Anyway, Pinball, good evening. Super nice motel. Super nice, yeah. John Quayle, this is interesting. John Quayle, hi Ed. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. here in Brisbane. A great time to watch the stream. Okay, thank you for that, mate. Thank you for that. Okay, so it's going to have a little sip of my Coors Light. Oh, lovely and refreshing. Yours Travels, nice to hear from you. I saw my first LT in Bangkok and my first LT in Pattaya. One off Facebook and one off Thai Friendly. No bar fines or expensive lady drinks. Thanks for sharing that with us. That seems the way to go anyway. Good for you anyway, mate. One off Facebook and one off Thai Friendly. Okay, fine. Good for you, mate. Anyway, best of luck. Nice to hear from you anyway. Super nice. Okay, nice to hear from you and the crowd. Okay, got to put his comments on here. Gaz, he's a regular on the show. Show wouldn't be the same without him. Gaz77. Hi, Eddie. Sat in Portugal eating pizza and chips that I nicked from some homeless Portuguese guy. Oh, go on. You go on, Gaz. You show the world how it's done. Okay. Cats and good coffee. Good evening. Mr. eight minutes late. Was it? Am I 8 minutes late? No, I was here at 10 o'clock. Harry Pun, English Indian. Yeah. Harry Pun, English Indian. Just, that song by Sting. I'm an Englishman in New York. That is one of those songs that has inexplicably become a classic. You hear various, variations of it, remixes of it in discos and all kinds of stuff. An Englishman in New York, when that song first came out in the 1980s, so many people quite rightly said, Sting has been so bloody pretentious, and that song is boring. It is, and it was absolutely boring. And yet, for some bizarre reason, you're still there to play today. Anyway, nice to hear from you, mate. Mal, good evening. Yeah, Alan Edge, okay. Toffee Man 147. Toffee Man 147. Greetings from Leyland here. Hope everything is tip top in your neck of the woods. Well, it's England, isn't it? I mean, if England was that good, I wouldn't be in such a hurry to get out of the place. Wayne M, okay. Pele, nice to. Oh, Pele's from Norway, okay. Pele, cheers, Eddie. Greetings from Norway, okay. Nice to hear from you, mate. Let me see now, okay. Mal, all restrictions are being lifted to enter Thailand. Hooray, time to book a flight. It seems so different in the way it was earlier this year. When you look back at that pandemic, when I travelled a bit during it, I mean, Jesus Christ, all those restrictions, it was truly dreadful. You wonder how we ever put up with that. Jock Martin, 1,000 baht plus bar fines for newbies. If you know, you know, okay? Hard tulip, I don't want to put that comment on the screen. That'll depress everyone. Let me see now, okay? Kevin A, thanks, Eddie. Just booked the hotel you stayed in Hua Hin. Great price. Oh yeah, that is a good. I can't remember what it was called. Bloody good hotel. It's not necessarily on top of everything. It's more. Well, I think it's at the centre of a lot of stuff, but it's not actually close to anything. But it is a good hotel, and it's walking distance to the beach. So good luck to you. Brian Street, pissed and soy 4 bar girls around 600 Thai baht. Bar girls around 600 Thai baht, but bar fine. Oh, well, that sounds reasonable. That's lady drinks 170 to 240. Normal bars never went to go-go's. Still bloody better than Swindon. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. In Soy 4, I was actually in Nana Complex. I went into some of those go-go bars. I was with another YouTuber at the time, and we had such a good night. And the Nana was pretty good even then, back in March. So I'm looking forward to paying that another visit. I'm glad you had a good time anyway. Then. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. David Mayer. Never saw that shirt before. Is it cold? No, it's not really cold. I mean, this is my pajama top. Okay, I don't see any reason why I can't do a live stream in pajamas. And some people think, oh my God, that man he's wearing his bloody pajamas. Well, put the word out there. So, let everyone know there's this crazy live streamer, Steady Eddie Live, who does a live stream wearing his pajamas. People might just tune in out of curiosity to see what colour they are. Mark Ollig, nice to hear from you, mate. Good evening, Eddie from across the pond, and good evening to you anyway, Mark. Hope all's well, mate. Is the winter setting in there in Minnesota where it gets colder? And I should imagine it gets a lot colder than there. Anyway, let's see. Rumple Bay, Ed, the trajectory of the pound is parity with the US dollar, basically 1-to-1. Good for us over here. But if you diversify for risk management, I haven't even thought about that just yet. But what does irritate me a little bit is that, I mean, the pound was heading for the disaster. It was creeping lower and lower last week, and in the last couple of days, it's come back the tiniest of tiny fractions. And some people are acting as if, oh, it's swung, the pound has swung back into action. It was going so downhill, but now it's turned around and it's made a recovery. No, it bloody hasn't made a recovery. $1.12 to a pound, as it was last time I seen it earlier today, is bloody awful. It hasn't made any recovery at all. David Mayer, that Sting song was not that popular in the States. I don't blame them. It was awful. It's one of those annoying songs that every time you switch the radio on, you heard it. Gaz, okay, you know, Gaz is on an escapade of crime. Gaz 77. I didn't pay for my flight to Porto. I nicked some money of some homeless guy outside Asda. Then I went to the airport and paid for the flight with the money I nicked. Well, he must be earning a fair bit. Those homeless guys must be earning a fair bit of money anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty! Oh my God Almighty! Guess who we've got? You know, the pound may not have made a comeback, but Lisa Dale has. Lisa Dale, how's it going? Oh dear, did you ever fall out with all your sex tourist friends? Well, you know, women do it as well. I mean, I've seen 20-stone women in Turkey, having an argument about 25-year-old Abdul. I seen him first. No, you didn't. I did. I've seen bloody 60-something women at a Christmas party, sitting around the table, arguing around with each other about it. Who's sitting next to who? What was the question again, Lisa Dale? Oh, did you ever fall? Oh, well, nice to hear from you anyway, Lisa Dale. I was the Gambian sausage these days. I had a nice big one up you then, have you, eh? Okay, John Milne. Evening, Co. Okay, John Darroch, Rocksteady Eddie. Sandra Taylor, good evening, Sandra. Hope all's well. I think, did I say something offensive today? I think we were talking about names, weren't we? And certain names that we don't like. And I don't like it's not that I don't like the name Steve, it's just that all the Steves that I've known seem to be people who want to bloody borrow money from you. I think Sandra Taylor's fellas go Steve, so no offense, Sandra. Capo 17, Ed, I'm lying drunk in the street in Porto and some bastard stole my pizza and chips. Well, we've got him. We've got the bastard anyway. He's there. It was Gaz. Let's see. Brian Street, immigration, sweet as a nut, in and out. Okay, well, that's good to hear, mate. That's good to hear. So I'm just looking forward to going to Thailand with none of the problems that I had earlier this year. Well, I didn't really have any problems, but it was tense. You know what I mean? Every bloody movement. You think, you slip up, you're going to test positive for something, and the next thing you think, you're going to be bunged into a quarantine hotel. I'm glad that's all over with anyway. I think it could be a good year in Thailand and maybe Cambodia. Let's get out there. Let's have a bit of fun. Cat and Go Coffee. Months ago, the Thai Tourism Authority called the quarantine for tourists happy quarantine. Well, I'd say, I met some people who weren't bloody happy about it because I met guys in the LK Metro and they told me that they'd tested positive in the wrong place. They'd been forced to go into a quarantine hotel, which was a rip-off, or in some cases, the mate had tested positive. I was staying in one hotel. I think it was Harry's Hotel at the beginning when I arrived in Pattaya. And the guy in the next room was in quarantine. He tested positive. He had his TV going 24 hours a day. And I heard people, maybe, a friend of his, who was delivering a little bit of stuff and saying, how are you? And I heard one of the maids saying to him, oh, you be happy to, you can go outside soon. I mean, he was trapped in that bloody hotel room for 2 weeks because he tested positive. I mean, what kind of holiday is that? Let's see, Wayne M. I like to drink in my pajamas. I'm a casual drinker. Okay, good for you. Toffee Man 147. No wrong with wearing your gym jams while Coors Light is on the menu. I'm not sure this is called Coors Light. This is just called Coors But each 33cl bottle of this is less than 120 calories. So if you drink 5 of these a day, it works out about 600 calories, which is okay. It's doable. It's doable. And I am doing plenty of exercise. I'm regularly doing 2 hours a day now, so I'll get my target. Cat and Good Coffee. I believe it's a woman fashion trend in Vietnam or Cambodia to wear pajamas on the street. Well, I'm not a woman and I'm not in Vietnam or Cambodia. Let me see now. Jock Martins. Sterling is bouncing back already. No problem. Oh, it doesn't look to me like it's bouncing back. I mean, bouncing. I mean, it's going at a snail's pace at the best of things, Mark Olive, beautiful autumn day here. Temperatures are in the upper 60s. Well, lovely view. That sounds nice anyway. I mean, it's very, very autumnal here. And I've done my speed walk up and down a country lane to a little country village. And, it's now it's the 1st of October. The autumn leaves are falling anyway. So it's quite a nice time of year anyway. Yeah. Yours travels. The good thing is the pound to the dollar is bad, but the Thai baht isn't dropping to the pound too much. I'm happy with 42. 42. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's been worse than that. Absolutely. David Coleman. I saw lots of protests in London today. Do you know, I've missed. I've been watching a lot of the news, but I missed that. I'm not even sure what that was about. There's always people protesting about something. Let's see. Lewis C. In 2008, it was $2 to the pound. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I sort of remember that round about that time. Bloody good stuff. Will those days ever return? Kamasuki. Hey, Eddie, I'm having a whiskey in your honour, mate. Okay, thanks for that. I'll drink to that. Jock Martins. I reckon Lisa lives next door. God almighty, no. Anything but that. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to mention anything about gentlemen visitors. David Coleman. I heard that the bar fines have gone up to 1,000 bars in Pattaya. Well, they've gone up, a lot. I mean, the days of 200, 300 baht bar fine are well beyond. Now they are really good. I think I don't want to talk too much about it because I made that video anyway, and it is on the other channel, but I mean, that is. I mean, what's 800 baht? What is 800 baht in today's money? What is that? It's a lot of just for the bar fine alone, the lady drinks. I mean, the cost of having fun with bar girls in Thailand is I won't say it's gone through the roof, but it's not cheap either. David Mayer, enjoying a jambala and sapper over lunch while watching Eddie. Good for you, mate. Cheers. Very nice. Well, anyway, thanks to the people who posted a question that we can ask, to get people interested anyway. The big question that's proved quite popular. I posted a message on the community page, and some people posted some really, really good questions. A lot of them were travel related, so I had to ask those on the other channel. But there is one coming up, which is quite a good question, and that's I'll give the guys some credit for it as well. That's coming up soon. David Coleman, we have lots of poor people and ones that are on welfare that wear the pajamas to Walmart here in Toronto. Well, I wouldn't wear my pajamas to Asda. I wouldn't do that, but I'd wear them when I'm at home. Yours travels, Eddie. Are you getting the 4th vaccine? I'm getting mine Monday. No, I haven't even been invited for it. To be honest with you. I've had the 3. I had the 2. I had the the two jabs, the AstraZeneca and the Vauxhall, the Vauxhall Astra, and the other one, the Pfizer thing. I had two jabs and a booster last year, and as far as I know, that's it for me. Well, hopefully it's going to be no more. Don't need any more. Dutch Farang. Today I celebrate the travel restrictions being dropped in Thailand. Oh yeah, it is of course today, October the 1st, that all the restrictions are at an end. Kamasuki, get over there, Eddie, and get your dirty dozen in, mate. Okay, don't worry, I intend to. Let me see, where are we? Okay, where are we? Yours travelled. Temperature in Liverpool today, 68. Nice day. Well, that sounds bloody good. That sounds good. Well, I actually managed to go out into the garden, and it's a bit cloudy here today, but I went into the garden anyway with a t-shirt on and shorts and managed to do my video anyway. So it's not that bad, yeah. Hopefully I'll miss the worst of winter. Tony's travels. My mate Jerry is coming to that bloody London for the NFL tomorrow. Any recommendations for hairy men's massage for 20 stone woman? No, better ask Lisa Dale about that one, I'm afraid. Sean McColder, enjoyed your videos today, Ed. Are you back in Thailand start of November? If so, I'll probably see you about in Sofa. I'll be in that vicinity early November, not at the start, but reasonably early anyway. Yeah, let's see. So where are we? Parker. Hey, Eddie, it'll be interesting to see what the girly scene is like in Cambodia after your recent vlog about Pattaya. Well, like I say, it's been almost 4 years since I've been to Cambodia now. So that's things change. But I'll tell you when I get there. Anyway, but Cambodia used to be absolutely terrific for the women. Stephen Gamble, bar fines are up due to lack of girls. Well, I mean, that's the way it seems to me. I can only go by what I've seen the first 4 months of this year, and nothing in Thailand was what it should be. I mean, I travelled around, the islands, 4 different islands, a few other places, Bangkok, Pattaya, of course. And to be honest with you, my main motivation being out there was just to get traveling again, because obviously after that long pandemic, that dreadful pandemic, it was like almost 2 years since I've been out to Thailand. And it was just nice to be traveling. Nothing was what it should be, because there was bar restrictions. There was a place like Koh Samui, a lot of the businesses and bars had closed in the aftermath of the pandemic. Nothing was what it should be. I was just glad to be out there. I wasn't really judging at the time. What the situation was with the bar girls. There were bar girls around, but have you seen that video that I made? I mean, a lot of them just didn't really. I mean, there was definitely an older generation of bar girls there, definitely. Michael Janaeus, Eddie, the pound has gone down 17% since 2016 Brexit. Let's be honest, worst events that could have happened, in my opinion. We achieved very, very little. Well, I mean, I'd like to say that we took control of our borders again, which is what I think the idea was. But we've had more illegal immigrants since then, so it doesn't look like it to me. Yours travels. The bars are paying the girls 1,000 to 1,500 baht a day wages. That's a lot of money for them. They can probably live on that alone, really. As a shortage of girls, so that's why the fines are high. Most girls are working from apps now, so get on the apps. I personally don't do apps. I've never ever done it that way. I like to meet the girl in person. I like to do the old fashioned way. That's basically the way that it is. I don't really do it. Maybe it's something because it's only like a few years ago that I actually had a smartphone, so I've never really gotten into all of that. I prefer to meet the girl in the bar because I just don't trust apps personally. I could be wrong, but I always think that you see a gorgeous bird, on a website somewhere, and then when you meet her in person, she doesn't look anything remotely like what you think she's going to look like. But I could be wrong there. Could be wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Charlie Stewart Rice, still cheaper than Amsterdam. €50 for 50 minutes. Charlie Stewart Rice, still cheaper than Amsterdam. Oh, okay. But those girls in Amsterdam are lovely, though. They are lovely, you know. Ben Leno, Ireland banned people from signing on in their pajamas 15 years ago. Well, I don't blame them because you're signing on. You're supposed to be bloody looking for a job, aren't you? And wearing your pajamas isn't a good impression. Imagine turning up for a job interview wearing your pajamas. That's something I'd like to see. Catagon Coffee. It'll be funny to go to Aston and see Eddie wearing pajamas checking the beer cans. I don't go to supermarkets anymore. I get it all delivered. I mean, here's something. I had a delivery the other day, and they always get something wrong, as that. They always get something wrong. I had a delivery the other day, and one of the things I asked for was 2 rump steaks at I'm not sure quite sure what measurement they were, what weight they were. 2 rump steaks, and I think it was £9 for 2. Right, they hadn't got it, so instead they sent me 2 sirloin steaks for £12. Right, so six pounds each. Now each of these sirloin steaks, I think it's 450 grams each, and it's a bloody big thick sirloin steak. I'm just wondering. When I actually looked at the label, the calories, there's about 1,000 calories in a 450-gram sirloin steak. That's a bloody lot of calories. That is. That's a lot of 1,000 calories. And when you add a nice jack of potatoes with that, some veg, a couple of berries, you're talking a whopping amount of calories there for a meal. So I just had half of the steak. Half of one of those steaks with a jack of potatoes, whatever, and I'll probably have the other half later with put a bit of cheese on it and toast and whatever. A steak toast and whatever. Just thought to mention that. Oh, David Coleman, I said no to the 4th jab. They're saying that one in 800. I don't know. I think I've had 3, and I think as far as I know, that's it for me. Yogi Bear, and the 45-day visa started today also until the 31st of March. I don't know why they've only got it to the 31st of March, but at least it's welcome anyway. At least it's welcome. Yours Travels, they are working from Thai Friendly. Now that's been around for a while. Badu and even Facebook now. As I said earlier, got my first 2 lined up. Okay, good for you. Thai Friendly, that's been around for a while, and I have heard some good reports on that. Let me see. Okay. Yourselves in Bangkok, the 12th of November to 16th of November, Eddie, if you're there, buddy, happily meet for the bathing food. 12 to the November or 16th. I'm not so sure about the dates about that one. You never know anyway. Thanks for the offer anyway. Cheers. Eddie Coleman, what am I saying? Am I drunk? This is only my second beer today. David Coleman, Eddie, I missed your last. I always called him Eddie Coleman then for some reason. Eddie, I missed your last video from today. I will need to watch it. Well, they only put it out about half an hour before this stream, so there's plenty of time anyway. Let's see, what have we got now? Ty Billy Boy, good evening. Alan H, no bar fines with freelancers. Yeah, that's true, but they do carry a higher risk. You know, and that's an interesting thing. That's an you know something. That's an interesting thought that I've just had there. I mean, I wonder now, will guys using freelancers? I wonder will that be on the increase now that bar fines are so expensive? Because beforehand, if you get a girl out of a bar, she's known to the bar. Everyone in that bar, knows the girl. The bar staff know, the other girls know her. So if you bring her back, you pay the bar fine, you bring her back to your hotel, then it's well, she could still rob you, but if she does anything really, really heinous, like slip something in your drink or something like that, and then robs you, you've got to come back. Which bar she with. They know, you see. So this is the problem with freelancers. I mean, you just don't know. You just don't know really. And also, I always think if they're freelancers, why are they freelancers? I mean, why don't maybe they're discredited from working in the bars for some reason. But it'll be interesting to see. Alan Hayes. It will be interesting to see. If freelancers become more popular now because those bar fines are so expensive. Oh well, we'll see anyway. Jack Martins, I've heard the Thai girls are running the show now. It can only end in tears for bars if that's the case. Well, this is what I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing the same. David Coleman, sounds like I was right about getting a full-time girl in Pattaya. You were the only one doing it. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Duffler, are you wearing PJs or just escape from prison? Well, I'm wearing pajamas because it's nighttime and it's comfortable and I feel comfortable doing it this way. And why the hell not? Tampa guy, I think the girls have gotten smart. They bypass the bars and go directly to social media. They're very, very tuned in. I mean, it's me that's behind with all this social media stuff. I mean, apps and all these dating apps. I mean, I've never used them really, so maybe I'll give them a go. But at my age, I still like to do it. I still like to do it the old-fashioned way. Alan H. never had a problem with a freelancer. Well, good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. The rookie cameraman. Capo 17, apps are dodgy pics. Apps are dodgy. Pics are usually older. Okay. The rookie cameraman. I'm currently drinking a Sangsum and Coke, enjoying the life. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I'll be enjoying my life in about 6 weeks' time when I'm heading abroad. I know this is boring to go on about it, but I've been pretty good now. I've got my exercise routine regularly up to 2 hours a day. That's usually about 1.5 hours on the exercise bike and an hour speed and half an hour speed walking. It's something like that. And that's 7 days a week. I'm doing it every day. I've cut down my food a little bit. The stomach is starting to be attacked. So, you'll see a healthier, a younger, leaner, healthier, maybe even a clean shaven Eddie by come November. Dutch Farang, apps are good for freebies. Really? Jock Martins, Thai friendly is decent, worth a look. More success than failure from my experience. Okay. Well, what I have heard is that Thai friendly is the one that's most well known, and it's got like such a well known name that I think people are more likely to trust that one. Gas77, Eddie, if you want, I can teach you how to get everything for free. I don't want everything for free. I believe in paying me way in this world. Let me see. Brian Street, last week when the bars closed in Soy 4 at 2 a.m., the tables and kiddies patio chairs came out with plenty of beers about. Oh, that's good. I mean, Soy 4 can be quite fun of a night time. You get some characters there. You do get some characters. The bars closing at 2 a.m. Well, even that's an improvement, because when I was last in Thailand, Bangkok, I think they were closing. Those bars were closing at 10:30 at night. I mean, 11 o'clock closing, but they told you to drink up at 10:30 because they were under such a strict curfew, and that's why a lot of those main touristy bars on Soy 4, I just didn't think they were worth going. And so at least it's nice to see that it's improving anyway. Yours Travels. It's not a website, Ed. It's a dating app and Facebook. You video chat with them, so no scams. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know. That's helpful. Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay. Yes, Ed, I'm with you. No apps. Let the dog see the rabbit. Okay. David Coleman. I do not want a girl I have not met. I'm not that hard of. Okay. Your thoughts? How's things, Eddie? When you're heading to Thailand? I'm heading there in about 6 weeks' time, and I'm away for 4 months. And I will be visiting Thailand, Cambodia, and maybe somewhere else. Maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe a visit to Laos. I've been to Laos before. It might be worth another visit. I don't know yet. We'll make it up. But I've booked my hotels right up to the new year, so I know which hotels I'm staying in anyway. So at least I'm not going to get caught out by Christmas time. Dutch Farang. Many girls in Thai Friendly have the purple popular status now. Okay. Boohoo. Evening, Ed and Posse. Good evening, mate. How are you? Let's see. Where are we? Your thought, going to in December for 2 months. That sounds good. Mister, two £5 bags of potatoes, $3 sale today. Coming back. Okay. Fine, thank you. Bonbon, calories aren't important, it's the carbs that get you. Okay. Let me see. Glenn Wyndham. Steaks are great, Eddie. It's the carbohydrates, Eddie. Yeah, but I was just I love it. I love a good steak. I love a good sirloin and a good rump steak. But when I looked at the label, I was surprised. That's about it. That steak is about 1,000 calories. That's just a steak. That's still a lot of calories, isn't it? There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Yummy. Okay. Glenn Wyndham, keep your carbs under 100 grams and the weight will melt away. Okay, fine, thank you. The rookie Cameron, you're just going straight to Cowboy and Nana. I mean, Nana's good. I'd rate Nana higher than I would Soy Cowboy. I actually think that Soy Cowboy, and it was closed last time I was there. But I think it's a bit overrated. I was surprised I heard about Soy Cowboy for years. And then when I went there, it was so much smaller than what I expected. I mean, it was like a fraction of the size of Pattaya's Walking Street. It was, and it was sort of cramped and it was more expensive. And the bars, I mean, as soon as you go into Cowboy, there's a bar on your right which has got a live band. And the beer was about 160 or 180 baht. For just beer that size of 33 CL, I thought that's bloody extortionate. That is. I just think Soy Cowboy's a bit overrated, to be honest with you. Yours Travels 45-day visa is perfect for my trip. 43 is in Thailand and 6 in Singapore. That's terrific. That is absolutely terrific. Oh, by the way, with that, when you got like a 30 or a 45-day visa, for Thailand, always bear something in mind. The day you arrive and the day that you leave counts as 2 days, two separate days. So I think if you're in a 30-day month and you say you go from middle of September to the 15th of September to the 15th of October, something like that, then you may think that that's 30 days, but I think it's actually 31 days, because if you add it up, they count the 15th of September when you leave, and the 15th of September when you arrive, and the 15th of October when you leave. So if you actually add that up, that actually works out at 31 days. So they may try and say that you've overstayed your visa there. Think about it. You're better being a day or two inside, so just to be on the safe side. The rookie cameraman, got to be very careful with freelancers, okay? You've got to be careful with anyone, yeah, but I will be as well. Jock Martins, bar fines of a newbies, full stop. Okay, that's very decisive there. Yeah, bar fines for newbies, full stop. Funny enough, he doesn't put a full stop after that. No, just kidding, just a joke. Graham Johnson, nice to hear from you, Graham. Graham's lives in Spain. Nice to hear from you. Just looked on Qatar website to see when I could book online. And it came up that all economy seats are sold on my flight from Madrid to Bangkok. Okay. Okay. So all the economy seats are. So how are you going to get there? Business class? You have to. Well, good luck to you anyway, mate. Nice to hear from you anyway, Graham. Well, for traveller, Thai-friendly app has some stunners in Pattaya. I met several freelancers this way, no issues. Somebody, there's a well-known bar in Pattaya where there's some gorgeous beds. Absolutely, I won't say the name of it. No, it's not Hooters, but there's a well-known bar in Pattaya, and it has got the most gorgeous beds. Who barmaids who work there, beautiful girls. Lovely, nice uniform, nice sexy uniform and all that. And somebody told me that he used Thai friendly, and it was one of those girls who worked in the bars who turned up for him. Good for that anyway. Jamie UK, in either case, bar girl or freelancer, your wallet, phone, and anything else all go in the safe as soon as you enter the room. I have that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I always have my own little way of doing it. I have a big bulky suitcase, and when I have a night, I don't really travel anything, anyway. But I have little padlock keys, on my suitcase. So as soon as the girl arrives, when she takes a shower, I unlock the case, open it partly, bung all the, bung all my, real valuables in there. There's not that many values other than my phone, other tn the money, anyway, and then lock it again. Now you could say that it's only take it probably 2 minutes to lock a case, but just make sure that you're not out the room for 2 minutes. I've never had a problem. Never been robbed. Never had a problem. Yours travelled. Used a few freelancers in Vegas over the years, but they cost $300 an hour, and they find you at the slots. It's hilarious. Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? That is. I suppose we want to enjoy yourself. I mean, $300, is more for us Brits now than it used to be with the exchange rate. That Alex Belfield liked to go to Las Vegas, didn't he? And he boasted about having, his strippers as he called them. I mean, if that's the kind of money, I mean, maybe it gives an indication of what happened to all of that. What was it, 300 or 350,000? That he got, in donations, for his legal fees or whatever it was. Yeah, interested in that. The rookie cameraman. What does Lisa Dale have to say in the matter? What does Lisa Dale have to say in the matter? What about us fellas going to Thailand and having rumpy pumpy with the ladies? She says that we're all a lot of dirty, filthy perverts. She probably says this as she's got a bloody big frankfurter shoved up a private part. Okay. Dutch Farang. I reckon a part of freelancers have enough sponsors, Working in a bar is not worth it for them. Well, it can just be a lazy horse in an condo. I mean, those girls are clever. Those girls are really, really, really clever. I mean, they know how to make money. They're smart. They're they probably a lot of those girls when you meet them, they've got a number of fellas on the go. Yeah, some of they know when the fella's back in Europe and he's well out the way. And they're crafty, they're bloody crafty. But you got to expect that. I won't say that they're wrong for being crafty and duping the guys, into sending them money. I'd say it's the fellas who are, the fellas who are sending them all this money. They're the ones who are so dumb. I mean, a lot of those Thai girls, they take a lot of those fellas for mugs. But then aside to say, if the fella's going to be a mug, then he's going to get treated like a mug, isn't he? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. Yogi Bear, all you have to do is ask to see the girl's ID card and take a photo of it and send it to Cloud or somewhere. And if they take your phone, you still have it. That's interesting. Send it to Cloud or something, then you still have it. Good stuff. That's good. Yeah, good information there, mate. Tony's Travels. What we really want to know is, do you have the pajama bottoms on or off? I've got my pajama bottoms on. What, you think I'm a bloody pervert or something? Okay. Let me see. Your Travels, Capo, that's why you do a video chat with a buddy. Okay, cheers. David May, the more beers I drink, the funnier you get. Okay. Boo-hoo. Ed is still using a hammer, chisel, and rock to send messages. No, I'm not. I use smoke signals. Let's see. McLaren, I'm finding Facebook is the best place to contact the ladies. You're in a long queue of men on dating apps. Really? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That's interesting. Facebook on Facebook, my experience is that the girls contact you. These sexy girls contact you, and then they tell you the sub story about how they've got no money, and then you look at their profile page and you see lots of Africans on there. Strange. Jay Frey, good work, Mr. Ed. Okay, cheers. Thanks for that. Michael DiCaprio. I had him Swansea. It would be nice to see you interview a few girls and boys to see how they were coping with the new normal. With the new normal. I'm not quite sure what you mean about that, mate. Dutch Farang, just meet up with them on Walking Street. You can rate them on the spot and decide to continue the night or message the next freelancer. Okay, fair enough. Yours Travels. Yeah, yes, Dutch is correct. Hundreds of genuine girls asking for dates with Westerners. It's so easy for freebies, but I would feel I was playing with the poor girl. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want anything for free personally. I believe in paying me way. Bottle baby. Hi, everybody. Can't stay. I need to run off the register for my international driver's license. Well, good for you, mate. Anyway. Cats and Go Coffee. Thai friendly is okay, but most chicks are single mothers looking for a provider, and also several freelancers that are not there for dating but to charge you for their company. Oh well. Farang Travels. Nice to hear from you. Let me see. RT500. If it's more expensive, get better quality girls and use soapy massage. They're the same price. Oh, bloody good soapy. I love a bloody good soapy. But if you get the temperature wrong with the water in the air con, you can end up freezing your bollocks off, because that's what happened to me once. The Rookie Cameron. When I was last in Bangkok, I spent the day exploring the sites. So many beautiful places. Then at night, just enjoying the other sites. Yeah, Bangkok's a great city. I didn't like it when I first went there, but every time I've been there, it just grows on you more and more. The rookie Cameron, Eddie, in case you weren't aware, I live and work in Moscow, and the prices to Bangkok now are incredibly high. Limited choice here, either Qatar or Emirates. Well, I mean, you can tell me about Moscow, but I wouldn't want to be there right now. I think, oh my God, not with Vladdy and Paler in charge. No, 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 thanks. Martin Powell, Bamboo Bar was closed, but I believe it is opening back up. Renowned for freelancers. Bamboo Bar, it was well known as a MILF place, wasn't it? I mean, it was quite highly rated, that place. It was close to Walking Street. I never really bothered much for that place. I didn't really bother much. I'd bother with other places. I like Soy Cow, to meet ladies. I also met ladies on Walking Street, and I love the entertainment on Walking Street. Bamboo Bar, but I never really got into that place to be honest with you. David Coleman, Florida is devastated after a hurricane. Terrible. Oh well. Well, best of luck to them. Best of luck to them. Oh, let me see. David Coleman, they chopped down all the trees in Pattaya on the beach walk. Bamboo bar. Do you mean the coconut bar on the beach walk? Yeah, took down all the trees in Pattaya. Well, I've been out of there, so I don't really know what's happening there just yet. Capo 17, Ed, will you be doing a Christmas Day live stream? I will be in Cambodia at Christmas time. At Christmas Day, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Well, it'd have to be evening time there, wouldn't it? Because then that would be afternoon in England, and it'd have to be late evening. We'll see about that. We'll see about it. You never know. You never know. I haven't even thought about that just yet. Okay. Yeah, Brent L. Brent L, nice to hear from you, mate. I met a 24-year-old in Phnom Penh, and then she started doing the rounds asking for money on Facebook. Last week, she was getting some expensive face works done in the hospital. Oh, yeah. If you want to give money to girls, and send them money and trust them. I mean, I personally don't trust any of them, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't trust anybody. I mean, yeah, if you meet these girls, these are working girls, and they've got a variety of sponsors, and probably some of them are really, really savvy with the money. They've probably got so much income coming in that they probably can retire wealthy, in a few years' time. Yeah, absolutely. I think some of these girls, if they're really, really clever and they put their mind to it and be disciplined, some of these working girls probably could make a lot of money. And by the time they get, into the 30s or pushing 40, they probably be able to retire being quite wealthy, some of them. But apparently maybe a lot of them don't spend that, don't put the money away wisely. I mean, some will put the money away wisely and, retire quite wealthy, and others will maybe squander the money. You don't know. Everyone's different. Mike, if you're gullible, it's your fault. Okay. Farang Travels, let's see. David Coleman, this is a bit explicit. I get a girl as soon as I possibly could, maybe even in the afternoon, because you know that you're the first one inside there. Okay. Yeah, good bit of advice there. David Coop, good evening. Farang Travels, thank you for that super chat. Farang Travels, thanks for that, mate. Cheers. Ben Leno, how long will LT and their cabins of Gambian sausage last? Do you mean Lisa Dale? She probably goes to a bloody different one every night. I've seen a documentary about Gambia somewhere, And that's what one woman said to the other one. You can have a different fella every night here. Yeah, dirty old bitches. Brian Street, the best Thai girls t-shirt I saw was my boyfriend went home today, so I'm free tonight. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Good for her. Jock Martin, plenty of quality ladies to be had in Pattaya if you know what you're doing. Okay, okay. Brent L, this is a good bit of advice. Brent L, Thai friendly is great. I've not paid bar fine for 3 years. Yeah, okay, that's a good bit of advice there. Okay, cheers for that. The rookie cameraman, as scandalous as those Thai birds can seem, they've got to earn a crust too. Given their choices, can you blame them? Everyone's out to earn money. I mean, there's probably lots of people in this world who earn money dishonestly. I mean, what they're doing. I mean, they it, they dupe the fellas and all that. But if the fellas have got half a brain, they will know that the Thais are the Thai girls are pulling the fast one on them. I'm sorry, I don't really have a great deal of sympathy for fellas who go all the way out to Thailand and trust all these bar girls and then get ripped off. I mean, you just shouldn't trust them in the first place. I mean, if you're going to act like a mug, you'll be taken for a mug. Simple as that. Okay. Bone Cruncher, is this Alex Belfield? Definitely not. Just because I'm wearing a striped pajama top doesn't mean that I'm in prison. Okay. I wonder how Alex is getting on right now. Those of you who know of Alex Belfield, has he been in prison for 2 weeks now, or just over 2 weeks, something like that, since he was carted off to prison? Yeah, I'd like to say I have a lot of sympathy for him, but I think there's something very strange about that bloke, to be honest with you. Oh my God. I should imagine he's probably entertaining the prisoners, and now the revelation that he's part of the LGBTQ and all the rest of it society. I'm sure that he'll make lots of friends in prison. Sure he will. I'm sure he'll be popular. Dutch Farang, the rocking camera. Yes, complaining after whining about having no money but staying in the bar scene and buying Louis Vuitton bags. Okay. that name, Louis Vuitton. My favourite soapy massage girl in Bangkok. Oh, wonderful. Oh, beautiful. Oh, 33 years old, like a Barbie. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely amazing. My favourite soapy massage girl. I gave her a tip. I gave her a tip, and I pulled out my trousers, my then wallet, which was a black plastic bag. The kind that you get from the supermarket. A worn-out plastic bag, and that's what I kept my Thai baht in. And when I pulled out my plastic bag, like the scruffy bastard that I am, I pulled some money out. She looked at the bag and she thought, "What is that? Your Louis Vuitton?" Whenever I heard that name, Louis Vuitton, I always think of her. Yes, travels. To be fair, I've been chatting to a normal Filipino girl, 36, and chatted loads with her on video chat for about a month now. There's loads of fishing on Facebook, but they're nice girls. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Boo-hoo. If money was no object, where in the world will you travel to, Ed? Funny enough, I'd travel to the place where I'm going next month. I travel to Thailand and Cambodia. That's where the only difference is. I'd be getting business class on the airplane, and I'd be staying in 5-star hotels. That's the only real difference. Yeah. The rookie cameraman, can we ban this spam and prick? Okay, Kenneth Grimley. Okay, I don't know what Kenneth Grimley's message is anyway, but there you go. He's history now. Let me see. Who's this? Jock Martins. Alex is having a whale of a time. Rooms full of men. If you know, you know. Okay. David Cook. When Lester Pickett went down, the cons were asking him to sign his autograph on bog roll. Okay. Cats and good coffee. Eddie, what's your opinion of Singapore? Do you like it? I've never been. I've never been to Singapore. I mean, I'm not a good reporter. I mean, you know, I shouldn't comment, or no one should comment on places they've never been to. But the reason I've never been there is the reports. I don't think it's my cup of tea. Some people say very nice place. Others say it's sterile. Everyone says it's ridiculously expensive. I was in Kuala Lumpur, and I had the opportunity to take a bus to Singapore from Kuala Lumpur. I think, yeah. I had the opportunity to go to Singapore. I think you can get a bus there, if I remember right. But I went to Penang in Malaysia instead. I just didn't want to go there. Delayed Dave. Singapore was born and couldn't wait to leave. You know, there's one. I'll tell you the worst review of Singapore I ever heard was from a couple of lads who were from Singapore. And I got chatting to them in a bar in Hanoi, in the old quarter in Hanoi years ago, and they loved Hanoi. They absolutely loved it. It was like a breath of fresh air to them, and you know, they loved the cheap beer as opposed to Singapore, and they painted Singapore as like a bit of a Big Brother society. Yeah, you know, they just didn't like it at all. And these were intelligent lads. One of them said he was a filmmaker, and you know, that was the worst review I ever heard of Singapore. A couple of Singapore people. The rookie cameraman, I recognise his list. Taiwan comes. No, I like Taiwan. I liked it. I was unfortunate because I did get a bit of food poisoning there, but it was good. It was worth a visit. Worth a visit. Kamasuki. Singapore is no Thailand, if you know what I mean. Fair enough. Okay, so let me just see now. I think it's time for squeaky door time. Okay, back in a minute, and we'll do a couple of big questions, or one anyway. Okay, so where are we now? Where are we? Any more comments? Let's see. Let's get this down me. Oh. Who's that? Nick Ross. Etty, you need to get that STD throat infection checked out. Okay, thank you. Thanks for that, mate. Who's this? Yeah, Fat Boy Slim. You look like you've lost a lot of weight. I don't feel like it. I mean, the best advice I ever heard about, you know, losing weight, it was from a gym instructor. And I always remember he said, don't worry about the scales, go by what you see in the mirror. Well, I can see in the mirror that I've still got a belly, so I won't rest until that's all sorted out. But absolutely, when I go for a walk, a speed walk or whatever I do feel a lot healthier, definitely a lot fitter anyway. So I'm happy. I mean, the thing is, my diet. Bearing in mind I'm 60 years old, my diet is called the "it's now or never" diet. That's the name of it, because I just decided. I mean, for years I've been meaning to lose a few stone in weight, and I haven't got there yet. But it's never ever happened. But at 60 years of age, it's now or never. If I don't lose all that weight now, then I'm going to carry that weight into my old age. That's the way I look on it. Let me see. Okay. So I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll create a banner. Okay. So I asked people for questions the other day, and I asked people for questions the other day, and some people did put some good questions on there. What were they again? What have we got here? Okay. That's it. The big question. How about this one? This is a good question from Ian UK. Okay. And how can I phrase this? Okay, let's see. This is from Ian UK. It's a good question. No, I'll put this in block capitals. Let me see. Okay. How can I phrase this now? How can I phrase this? How can I phrase this? Okay. This isn't exactly the way Ian has phrased it, but it's basically what he means anyway. And it's not a bad question, okay? But before we reveal that question, I'm gonna reveal this pedigree, okay? Well, it looks good, nice bottle, very, very nice bottle. It's a 4.5 alcohol, 500 milliliter amber ale. The bottle looks very, very nice, looks very appealing. Let's get it in there. What have we got? Oh, lovely stuff. I don't have many of these because I drink the cause beer, which is much lighter, but I treat myself to one of these once a day, mainly. Nice. Ugh, lovely stuff. Okay, so from Ian UK, basically in this day and age, I mean, you look at the media that we have. We used to have TV. We used to, I mean, I don't listen to radio anymore. I've never ever listened to radio for years. But we used to have 3 TV channels in Britain. That's what we grew up with. Then we got a 4th channel, and then we eventually got a 5th channel. Somewhere along the line, and then you've got Sky Telly and Netflix and all this kind of stuff. But terrestrial TV has been overtaken in many ways by the rise of Netflix and Amazon, and also, of course, YouTube. And Ian UK's question is: do you watch YouTube more than terrestrial TV these days? That's not exactly how he phrased it, but it's basically along those lines. So, do you watch less terrestrial TV? Is there any? I don't watch terrestrial TV at all. I don't watch the BBC or the ITV anymore, but I do watch YouTube videos. Let me see that. Okay. Let me see. Okay, pedigree chub. Yours travels the smallest glass in the world, okay. Jock Martins during the war, okay. Yours travels. I think this is the first answer to that question. Hell yes. I mean, I did while I was on my exercise bike today for 1.5 hours. I watched about 4 to 5 YouTube videos, all sorts of longish ones, but I didn't watch terrestrial TV at all. It's just, I mean, you know, I watch Sky, you know, I watch the news, Sky News or GB News, but I don't really watch anything else. Kamasuki, yes, yes, Ian. AG, yes. Kamasuki, I never watched terrestrial TV. I mean, what's on it? Nick Ross, watch BitChute. It is better than YouTube. I mean, BitChute, I mean, you know, I had a video taken down once. It was one of those Scorebirds wet t-shirt parties. And the video, I mean, the girls in the video were too wet. And, you know, YouTube took it down anyway. And somebody suggested, Albert, why don't you put it on BitChute? I mean, no one's going to watch it on BitChute. Nobody watches BitChute. I mean, even some of the bigger vloggers, if they started doing things on BitChute, it wouldn't really hardly get any views. And I don't know. It's still going to remain pretty obscure. David Mayer, yes, I do. Good for you. Michael DiCaprio, hi Eddie. Have you should do a few vlogs in Phuket? No vloggers go there because it's so expensive, but none of you shop around. I've seen a couple of vlogs in Phuket. I mean, I was on and on about going there earlier this year, but I thought I'd been to 4 islands, and I just kept hearing mixed reviews about Phuket. To be honest with you. Kamasuki, I watch YouTube 24/7. Good for you. Good for you. I am Tilt. Don't watch TV at all. I mean, I don't watch TV. I mean, I on my emails, I get, you know, notifications from ITV, you know, from ITV, you know, catch up or whatever. But when I look through it, there are all these X Factor. I used to watch X Factor years ago because I like singers and I like to do a bit of karaoke myself. But I mean, after a while, it just becomes bloody tiresome. You just hear they're singing the same old songs, and it's so corny and it's so bloody corny. I remember one you know, chubby young girl came on once on X Factor, and yeah, you know, she sang Adele's "Someone Like You." And she sang it really, really well. And they brought the house down, and they also, all the panel said, "Oh my God, that song has just changed your life. You're going to be a star." And then the following week, they dumped her because, I mean, you know, she sang that song good, but she couldn't bloody sing anything else any good. And then what else have you got? Love Island. What the hell's Love Island? That's all for, isn't that for young people who bloody spend a fortune on making themselves look good, and they all love themselves. They love themselves more than they love anyone else. I can't watch any of that. Simon and Siam. Yes, Netflix and YouTube always. Okay, now I've got Netflix and Amazon, and YouTube's, you know, great because you got so many great vloggers out there and stuff. Netflix. I have Netflix. The problem I have with it is that an awful lot of the productions of Netflix seems to be aimed at younger people. I mean, all of these movies, these Netflix special movies that they make, they always seem to have young actors in them. You know, they're not really made for the older generation. It's the way it seems to me. Capo, 70% YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Naive Steve, do you watch YouTube more than you speak to your spouse? Brian Street, only when there's no football on. Okay, cool. McLaren, I only watch YouTube and Now TV for this Sky F1 channel. Okay, there are some really, really good things on Sky. Yeah, YouTube has a few good programs, and Amazon does, but I think Sky has some really good ones. Didn't they have Game of Thrones? I mean, I've watched all of Game of Thrones, but I had to buy the box set of it, and also The Sopranos and stuff like that. I mean, that you can't get on Netflix. Nick Ross, never watch TV. Don't blame you. Kamasuki, 99%. I watch YouTube and listen to music on it. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. It's amazing what kind of agreement do they have? I can get any music on YouTube that I want, but if I'm doing a vlog and I hear a bit of 10 seconds of copyright music in the background, they'll pull me up on it. David Cook, I threw my TV in the skip. David Cook, I threw my TV in the skip, and it's YouTube, and the laptop does everything. Well, I have a big TV. I've got a 48-inch, and it's a lovely big TV, and I have my old laptop, plugged into the TV. So it's a great little way of doing it. It's a great little way of doing it. I watch YouTube on a TV. Yours tells I watch Netflix, Prime, YouTube, and IPTV for all my sports. Virtually no standard TV. Absolutely. And also you've got Channel 4. Now, when Channel 4 started in 1982, so that makes it 40 years old now. When Channel 4, it was revolutionary. They started having programs which were different. And there were some really, really good programs on Channel 4. But I don't even watch that. I mean, there probably still are some good stuff on Channel 4. But funnily enough, I looked into to Channel 4 on the I get email notifications, and one that they're always putting across is that naked attraction. That's the one that they're always. And I think, when I first glimpsed that, accidentally on TV, I thought, this is good. Naked attraction. And I seen this gorgeous blonde girl, stark naked, and this is all right. This is all right. And the idea is that these people like choose all these naked people, and I'm going to go on a date with this naked person, and they get naked as well. And when I first, saw that, I thought, well, geez, that's my kind of problem. That's wonderful. That. But you know what? After a while, it gets bloody tiresome. It really, really gets tiresome, and especially when you get this L, I mean, I won't say the word, but it begins with L and ends with B. And okay, when you get this L who's choosing another, a girl, she's choosing another girl. It's when they're describing the bodily part, Well, I like this one because I like the labia. The labia is very, very appealing, and the vagina, and oh God, such clinical words. I mean, what a turn off. I mean, personally, the word vagina that is a horrible word. That I hate that. That is so clinical. It takes all the sexiness out of it. I mean, if you say hairy muff, yes, lovely. If you say lovely hairy fanny, lovely. But then to suddenly call it that's hot. That's so clinical. That's horrible. It takes all. As soon as I hear that word, that's a problem. I'm going to switch you off. Just thought I'd share that one with you. David Coleman, I watch the news, maybe a few nature shows. Okay, I like some of those nature shows. Lions and tigers and polar bears and all that kind of stuff. I don't like seeing animals being cruel to each other, but then that's nature. That's nature for you anyway. The rookie cameraman, Eddie, what's the plan for Thailand? Staying in Pattaya or exploring the islands again? I may go to a couple of islands, but I will be visiting Bangkok and Pattaya, definitely. Touch for Ag, Eddie, you need a German mug to drink from to upset those who do yoga here in the chat, okay? That's a nice beer, that is nice. Delayed Dave, I tend to watch YouTube more than anything else because it's real people and it's raw truth. Okay? Well, yeah, absolutely. Most of the time, anyway. David Cook, what's the point of even having a TV? Well, the point of having a TV is that you've got a big screen, bigger than any laptop. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of having a TV that I can plug my laptop in. And if I'm watching a big movie, I mean, I'll tell you what I watched the other night, because I bought another DVD. It's only 27 quid. I paid 27 quid for the new DVD box. Bloody good value. And because my old one, like, it was past its sell-by date. And because I had the new DVD, a player, I dug out some of my old DVDs. And one of the ones that I watched was one of the Batman movies. Now, they're actually quite, if you watch them later night, they're actually really, really entertaining, some of those. But what I discovered, that a couple of them that I've seen years ago and I've forgotten very, very much about, Batman Begins and also The Dark Knight Rises. I actually looked at the reviews for those on Rotten Tomatoes, and both of those films got really, really, really good ratings. I knew The Dark Knight Rises is a good movie, but the first one, Batman Begins, that's a good one as well. And that's the one that I watched the other night. And for 2.5 hours, I mean, that's something you can't really watch on a laptop. You have to watch it on a big screen with the headphones on. I watched it with my stereo headphones on. I watched Batman Begins the other night, and for the 2.5 hours, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, really good stuff. So the idea of having a TV is really to have a big screen. David Coleman, you can learn so many things off YouTube. It's good for that. Absolutely. I mean, the other morning while I was on my exercise bike, I wanted to, other than the usual rubbish that I watch, I thought I watched sort of a bit educational. So I watched an hour-long documentary about Colonel Gaddafi, and it just came up. I thought, so what's this about Colonel Gaddafi and how he rose to power and all that? And what I thought was funny, oh my God, that man was a bit wacko. He was a bit wacko because as he later on in his career, his dress sense got more and more bizarre. And some of the stuff that he actually became something like a bloody Batman villain or a James Bond villain with his cloaks and his hats and and his chains, and he looked more like a bloody Bond villain, or no, he looks like something out of Star Wars. Go and check out his dress sense, some of the video footage and the way Gaddafi dressed in later years. And I think he fancied himself as something like a Bond villain because he had this army of glamorous women, didn't he? And where did that come from? And obviously, they were his harem as well. It was against their will. He was a bad man, very, very bad man, Gaddafi. But isn't it funny that when the crunch came to the crunch and he needed protection, they were nowhere to be seen. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see. Okay, just thought to mention that. Kamasuki. YouTube, I get to decide what I wish to view. Terrestrial is so limited and tells you what they want to watch. Total BS. Absolutely. Jock Martins, there's nothing on mainstream TV these days that is worth watching, unless you're like Strictly Come Dancing. Oh, not for me. Not for me. Couldn't be dealing with that. Definitely not. Nick Ross, Thailand has been YouTubed out. I mean, yeah, absolutely. 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 But I will plug him again. Now, once again, I did the other night on the other channel. I admire certain YouTubers who are doing something different. And Carl's Thailand, I watched a couple of his videos today while I was on my exercise bike. And, he's exploring the Thai countryside and the mountains and everything. And I really, really do wish him well. Carl's Thailand, check out his channel, because he's not doing the usual walk along Cyber Cow and all this kind of stuff that everyone else does. He's actually getting out there. And if you visit Thailand and you really, really want to go for it, I think, I'm getting away from all of this Pattaya stuff. I want to go and explore the country and see what it's got to offer. Carl's Thailand, Carl with a K. Check him out. A really, really good channel. Really, really good. I watched a couple of his videos today. Yours Travels. I am staying 7 nights in Phuket in the Mayor House on the hill Patong. 5-star unreal hotel. £32 a night with breakfast. How cheap? Well, £32 a night. That's bloody good. For a 5-star, Phuket is supposed to be one of the most expensive places in town. £32 a night. That'd even be good value for Pattaya. So good for you anyway. Good for you. You never know. I never made it to Phuket on my last visit. I might make it there on this one. You never know. You never know. Dutch Farang. A female's wear expiry date when single is 25 years old. No, that's it. No, Thai girls. They age so well. I've met many a Thai girl who's 35 years old but looks 25. They age so well. They really, really do age so well. Dutch Farang, Top Gear, Top Gear. Is that still going? I mean Clarkson and the others. They're on. What do they call it? I don't remember what they call it now. It's basically Top Gear under a different name. It's on Amazon, isn't it? To be honest with you, Jeremy Clarkson was such a character in his day. He was such a character. He was funny. He was intelligent. He was irreverent. Such a funny character. But come on, let's be realistic. That guy's I think he's about 62 years old now, something like that. Don't you think he looks a bit ridiculous getting into bloody Lamborghinis and Ferraris? Don't you think a 62-year-old fella his size looks absolutely ridiculous driving a Lamborghini? I think a bloody dwarf would struggle to get into a vehicle like that. This guy's about 6'5", and God knows how much he weighs. And not only that, but one of the problems are that, Clarkson, May, and Hammond are very, very good at what they do, very good presenters. But sometimes when I watch those three fellas together, they just appear to be so full of themselves. The kind of guys who just love talking about themselves. They're so full of themselves. I like some of Top Gear, but some of it I find it hard to stomach. Let's see. David Coleman, CNN is terrible now, so full of left-wing bullshit. Okay. What's this? Okay, here we go. This is nice. This beard is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. Really, really lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Okay. Beautiful. Nick Ross, Eddie, for God's sake, go make some videos in Indonesia. And I'm not saying Bali. Try North Sulawesi. You will not regret it. Stunning local personnel. You never know. Anything's possible this winter time. I'm booked up for the first couple of months, but I'm not booked up for the second couple of months. So anything's possible. You never know. Casago Coffee. Does any of you watch 90 Days Fiancé? It's a funny drama. You see couples like an American Karen with a Nigerian dude in Nigeria, an American dude with a Filipina. I've never heard of that, but it sounds good. Where can you get that? 90 Days Fiancé. I don't know where you can get that. Donald Trump, chipped Amazon stick streamed off Wi-Fi is the way to go with it. £60 per year. I've heard that. My best mate has got that. He's got one of those. They call it a Fire Stick, and he says you can get all that kind of stuff. You don't need it. You don't need all the other TV. You can get the whole lot of it. I've never actually had one of them. Chipped Amazon. Yeah, okay, sounds pretty good as long as it's legal. Wayne M. UK TV has become so Americanized. It's crap. Everyone is so excited. Okay. David Coleman, I did watch 90 Day Fiancé a few times. I have to admit it's pretty funny. I've never seen that. Never seen it. Kamasuki 1, YouTube, unlimited choice. Terrestrial. YouTube equals unlimited choice. Terrestrial equals limited choice. Simple as that. You can get some good stuff on YouTube. Well, obviously, there is some big budget, movies that you would like to see, but you simply can't get them on YouTube. You have to get them on, yeah, other ways. So some major American budget movies. But funny enough, some of the obscure movies, you can get some obscurities on YouTube if you dig for them. And I seen a cocktail. I can't remember what it was called. Never even heard of it or any of the ads. It was a genuine B movie I watched recently on YouTube. And I thought it's not a bad movie. Not a bad movie. The Rookie Cameraman. Netflix is garbage. Well, I've seen some good stuff in it, but like I say, the main problem I have with it, I think it is very, very much geared to a younger audience. David Coleman. I just turn on the TV news, leave the sound off, then if it's water, I'll know it. Okay. David Mayer. You can get some terrestrial on TV, on YouTube. Yeah, really, well, you can get Sky News on YouTube anyway. The Rookie Cameraman, Channel 4 just had Countdown and nothing else. Oh, that was annoying, that bloody you didn't like that, did you? I mean, Carol Vorderman was on it, wasn't she? Good looking woman, but oh God, that was an annoying program. I didn't like that at all. Cat and Good Coffee. Amazon increased their prices to €49.99. I cancelled my subscription. Too expensive. Not worth it. Well, how much do I pay for Amazon? I pay less than a tenner for my Amazon. And funny enough, I actually got it by accident. I didn't even ask for it. What is? I was buying some. I created an Amazon account. I bought something from Amazon, and then I bought something from Amazon. And the next thing I know, I'd accidentally logged into Amazon Prime, and they were taking it out of my credit card. But there's some good stuff. What's good about Amazon is that you do get some really obscure older movies that you can't really get anywhere else. Some 70s retro movies set in Amsterdam where everyone's got, wearing flares and the blokes have got sideburns and, and it's and the birds have got mini skirts and I like stuff like that. Amazon's not too bad. David Coleman, Netflix has one show that is good out of 100. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. Sean Griffiths, good evening, Eddie. Can't wait for your upcoming travels, as one day I will get over there. Okay, good for you, mate. I can't wait either. I mean, I've got about 6 weeks to go. And basically I'm thinking about my weight loss now. I mean, that's the thing. I've travelled a bit early this year. I also travelled to Romania as well. I went out to Thailand early November. Can't wait. But the icing on the cake would be for me, bearing in mind that this is my 60th year, the icing on the cake for me would be if I could get down to my target weight, because I've lost a little bit of weight now. And when I go for a walk, I really, really do feel it. I feel more agile. Once you start losing weight, you start feeling more agile. So if I can get to, when I get on that plane in early November, if I can be down to my target weight, that will be the biggest achievement for me. Because so many years, I've started the year saying, this is the year when I'm going to get fit. And somehow it never, ever happens. But I'm actually doing something about that. I know that it doesn't look like it, drinking this late night beer, but I am controlling everything. I am doing 2 hours exercise a day. So, so it'll be nice to do a few vlogs when I get, when I get over there. You'll see a younger looking, slimmer Eddie. I'm looking forward to that. Harold Betson, hi Ed. Hell yeah. Okay. The Rookie Cameraman, Eddie prefers the word minge. That's not a bad name, but not a bad word. I don't mind that word. But fanny's better. Fanny is that's a sexy word. Yeah, that's a sexy word. I actually remember, I'm not the kiss and tell type, but a girl once said to me, "I've got a hairy fanny." And I thought, baby, you just won me over. You won me over big time. Okay. I mean, but the V word, bloody audible. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. Brian Street, cheers, mate. Zed said, okay, you're going to, okay, Brian, thank you. Cheers, mate. Anyway, great to hear from you again. And I'm glad that you had a good time in Thailand anyway. Okay, all the best, mate, and good night here. Okay. Farang travels, making attraction is great. All the guys have a smaller manly part than me. Okay. Jock Martin's lucky for me. I have a Fire Stick that's loaded to a legal stream that gives me Netflix and Amazon, no sports for 60 quid a year. Says me, that's good stuff. Can you get really, really good reception with that as well? I mean, can you get a good, clear picture with all of that? Sounds interesting anyway. Harold Betson, I'm cutting down YouTube, the increase in ads, taking the fun out of it. Use iPhone, okay? Edit your Kamasuki, edit your live stream should be on BB1. Do you mean BBC One? Nick Ross, leave the old manga horns out. They're as boring as hell, okay? I am tilt way too much censorship on YouTube now. I'm pushing agendas. So tend to watch BitChute, Rumble, and Rumble and Odyssey. Well, yeah, it's okay. But the thing is, how many people watch BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey? I mean, YouTube is still the biggest platform. YouTube's owned by Google, and it is a big platform. And obviously, you've got to appease the advertisers as well. I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. There is a lot of censorship, and sometimes you worry about 10 seconds of copyright music in the background. I've got 2 videos on my list. No, 3. Make that 3. Where in the background there's been a bit of copyright music, and I've had to share any ad revenue with the original owner of the copyright music. And also, a lot of people think, that if you film a live band and they're singing a popular song, well, it doesn't count. You can get away with that because it's not the original recording; it's a live band. Wrong. If you film a live band playing a popular copyrighted song, you can still get. You will have to share your revenue, or you have to give your ads revenue to whoever owns the original material. I've got a couple of them on my list like that. Nick Ross, go to the islands in Indonesia, not Bali or any of the Thai island dumps ruined by mass tourism. You'd be surprised and wonder why you never went there before. Sumbawa. Okay, thanks for that info, mate. Thanks for the info. Thanks for that info. Yogi Bear, terrestrial is good for a lot of good old movies. They have a few Clint movies on lately, and Film 4 shows some good movies as well. See, no, terrestrial is good for a lot of good old movies. A few Clint movies. See, yeah, absolutely. I love the classic movies. I love Clint movies. I absolutely love Clint movies. The problem with classic movies is that they've seen them all so many times before, and there's only so many. I did watch A Fistful of Dollars on video the other week. How many times I've seen it? It's still marvelous. I'll watch it for a few dollars more, which is actually a better film. And of course, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'll watch Clint movies. I've still got Dirty Harry on video. I'll watch that one of these days when I'm in the right mood. But the problem with classic movies, they're wonderful. But how many times can you watch them over and over again, you see? Anyway. Donald Trump, are you having a subscribers party for Christmas, Ed, when you were away? Well, I will actually be in Cambodia, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people who watch this will be in Pattaya, but I'll be in Cambodia at that time. I'm actually booked for it. So I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens anyway. But thanks for asking. Okay, let's see. David Coleman, you people in England have to have a TV license. How backward. Absolutely, Jesus. Well, I mean, when you think about it, it is archaic. I mean, it is a bit backward. That I mean, the fact is that You know, this came about donkeys. The BBC was probably worth the license. Well, when you think all the best sitcoms, Only Fools and Horses, um, you know, Faulty Towers, Monty Python, Up Pompeii, all the great series that the BBC put out. And you know, they had the live, you know, the Wimbledon was live on there, and everything, and they used to have the football and everything else. But I kind of want, I just don't think it's worth it in this day and age. I really don't. Kamasuki, your live stream should be the replacement for the 10 o'clock news. Okay, cheers for that. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, David Mayer, what about Blu-ray? I've never really investigated in that, to be honest with you. David Cook, yeah, the TV hooked up to the internet's a good idea, or a big computer screen is the way to go. Okay, I'm not sure what the biggest computer screen could possibly be, but my TV is a 48 inch, and that's you know, when when you're watching a big scale action movie, and you have the headphones on, and you know, it's great. It's a great effect. Capo 17, Jack Nicholson as the Joker was brilliant. Yeah, that was the first Batman movie. Yo, Jack Nicholson, wonderful actor. Let me see now. Okay. Capo 17, Gaddafi had a face like an avatar. Okay. He was a strange guy. He was a hero because the person who he overthrew originally was a bit of a bastard. He was one of those bloody dictators who was you know, was living it up while all the people were going hungry. So Gaddafi was a hero to begin with, but he became like, with his weird, bizarre dress sense, he became like a grotesque parody of a dictator in the long run. He really, really did. ATA, nothing on telly these days. It's all been sanitized by the politically correct. Okay. Crypto Slacker Rob, I watch at least 50% on YouTube, 45% streaming service. As a friend called Normal TV, as a friend called Normal TV, Peasant TV, YouTuber's appeal is that it is real people, not made up crap. Okay, that's great. That's great to see. Yeah, that sounds about right. Kamasuki one, Carl's Thailand latest video was great. He's done so many great videos. He done one in Laos as well that I was watching today. Absolutely terrific stuff, and one in I can't even pronounce it. You know, a Thai rural place, but wonderful, wonderful landscape. Yeah, absolutely, definitely recommend Carl's Thailand. Nick Ross, you Eddie could do the same. Eddie Indonesian Islands. Eddie goes Indonesian. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I'd like to do that. I've got to find the writer. Don't forget, I might well have done something like that. Except that the last couple of years, I mean, it's been a really, really turbulent time, hasn't it, with the pandemic and everything. So you never know. There's still a bit of travel left in me, yeah. David Coleman, yeah, absolutely. Life Utopia. Ed, it would be really interesting to see a video on the cannabis cafes that are open in Pattaya. So now your subscribers can see what the script is. Something to consider for the upcoming trip. I mean, I personally don't do that. So I'm thinking of to make a video. I'd have to experiment with it. But I don't know. I'm not sure I'd entirely trust that because for years, Thailand has been a place where they'll bung you in some savage prison. You know, if they catch you doing anything like that. I mean, I've been in plenty of places in Thailand over the years, and some local guys, some friendly local Thai guys have offered me a split or whatever, and I've said, no, I don't do that. Oh, go on, man. No, it could be a trap because there could well be a plainclothes policeman waiting by. But now that it's supposedly legal, is it going to stay supposedly legal? I mean, do you not think they might do a U-turn on it? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. David Coleman, I told my girl that I'm learning to be a gynecologist by watching YouTube videos. I think I'd rather recommend Pornhub personally for that. David Q, Cats and Coffee. How come China be the only country that allows travel to Thailand? Every country, and what that's all about. Michael DiCaprio. Hi, Eddie. Everyone has done it, texting and driving. Oh, I haven't. I never done that. Never done that. But I've got one rule: you should never text when driving because you don't know what you're going to text someone when you're drunk. So, drinking, well, that sounds fairly dreadful. When you're driving, make sure that you're just driving and nothing else. McLaren F1 race, Grand Tour. Grand Tour, but they're not doing much now. The boys are doing something different now. Richard has a car restoration garage in Hereford, by the way, called the Smallest Cog. Okay, really? Okay. Let me see now. What's this? YY feels Eddie. How much do you think Lisa Dale pays for wandering in the Gambia? Oh, she probably goes out there splashing the Gambian currency, whatever it is. Come on, lads, go and get it. Yeah, she probably has bloody gangbangs and all kinds of things. Okay. Farang Travels, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear. Yeah, thank you, and good night. Let's see, David Coleman, the Wongas really pay out the cash to those African guys, buy them all kinds of things. Well, of course, though, the gigolos are motivated by money. Capo 17. Most of these YouTubers will be nothing without girls selling it. Well, people make Thailand is a popular country. It's popular for YouTubers simply because people want to see it. YouTubers want to go there, and people want to see YouTube videos about Thailand. But it is overdone when you see so many videos about the same bloody thing over and over. I still travel there. Don't forget, I still go to other countries and other places. Touch Farang, The Serpent is on Netflix. Do you know what? I've heard, that it's really, really good, that Serpent. But I watched the first episode and I couldn't really get into it. Maybe I gave it a second chance. Let me see now. Okay, we're coming to the end of this now. We're coming up to 2 hours anyway. It's been a bit of a quiet Saturday evening. Okay, but at least I've managed to get a video. I've done other things. I have got a video out today, and we have had a little chat about it. The video is Thai bar girls. Have they gone downhill? It's on the other channel, my main channel. I released it a couple of hours ago, so I'll check out to see how it's done. Yours Travels. Question advice as well. We all get. Eddie, get an appointment to the doctor's, buddy. That cough has been there 8 weeks now. And in squeaky door time, you were bringing up stuff. It's not that unusual for me. Probably just a chest infection. Okay, cheers for that. Cheers for that. Thanks for that. Anyway, mate. Okay. Jock Martin's perfect picture. Let me see now. Okay. Let me see now. Okay. Kamasuki. Ed's got a 48-incher. Yeah, absolutely. That's just a tally. Okay. Let me see. Touch for hand. Regular drink can give you the cost because alcohol makes you dry. Why fools? Gaddafi was a legend. A legend. And in terms of being a good, I thought legends were good people. And Gaddafi wasn't a good people. He was a bastard. He was absolute bastard. Who's this? Wayne M. Living it up when people go hungry. Sounds like the Tories. Yeah, probably not as far removed as what you might think. Ricardo. Hi Ed, went to Thailand last December. It was a headache from beginning to end. Going again this December, really disappointed to discover masks are still required on internal flights, Air Asia, etc. Okay. Well, that's not an internal flight. I mean, oh, maybe maybe internal across Thailand, maybe. Nick Ross, Eddie, don't make excuses. Get out and create content. Stop being lazy in the manga horns. They are traps, and they seem to have caught you. Well, I don't know. My other channel is, you know, what is he saying here? Nick Ross, don't make excuses. Get out and create content. Stop being lazy. Well, I thought I did make content. My other channel is up to 43,000 subscribers, and it is now up to 12,700,000 views. And you tell me that you get that by being lazy? I wouldn't have thought so, mate. YouTube's hard work. It is actually hard work, believe it or not. Why feels, Eddie, what's the first thing you will do when you get to the land of smiles? We'll get to my hotel, I suppose. The first thing what I'll do when I get there is get to my hotel, and that wonderful moment after all that long travel, you know, the plane journey, the coach, and all the other stuff that goes with it. You finally check into your hotel, you go up to your room, you sit there on the bed, and you open the fridge door and have your first can of beer. That's the first thing that I'm going to do, you know, and that beer says, I've arrived. It's always a great moment. I mean, you know, one of my visits to Thailand a few years ago, I went through that long journey, and then I was tired, and I remember the taxi was pulling into Soy Honey because we're staying in a hotel in Soy Honey, and the taxi was pulling into that road, and you know I was tired, and I thought I'm going to get into the hotel and I'm just going to sleep, and then when I passed the massage girls, I thought, wait a minute, I'm not tired anymore. So I got into the hotel, poured myself a beer. I, got changed, had a shower. I, had the shower and then got changed, freshened up, went straight to the massage parlors, and boy, I had a beauty. Oh, she was absolutely wonderful, babe. And I thought, my God, this was all within an hour of actually arriving at my destination. Oh my God Almighty, my God Almighty. Oh, Thailand's a wonderful place. It's still a great place. Okay. Maybe it's not what it was, but then is anything ever what it was? Kamasuki one. I heard that the stuff they sell in cannabis shops is so weak that it's a joke. Is it? Well, I wouldn't know personally, but I have actually heard somebody else mention something like that. And I've heard it's quite expensive as well. Why Phil says no, it's good stuff. Let's see. Why Phil's go to the reggae bars. I'm sure people there know what they're doing when it comes to the wacky backy stuff. Yours travels. Dutch, apparently the strength is pretty good and nothing like the rules. Had some string THC in Vegas and LA. Okay. Let's see. Kamasuki one, will check that out next time I arrive. Okay. So let's see. Jock Martins, Lisa is a frustrated married woman who wants to, you bloody marry a thing like that. He wants to experience the big bamboo. Life isn't fair. Good luck on your travel. Okay, whatever. Dutch Farag in Thailand, I don't want to go to the Bangkok. I mean, isn't it a bit bizarre that they've gone from one extreme to the other, from being extremely strict on any form of illegal activity, like the wacky backy and all of that, to actually openly selling it. It seems a bit strange to me that I wouldn't dare. I'm glad that I'm not really into that. Jamie UK, I think probably 90% is YouTube now. Okay. Dutch Farang, it only takes one striped policeman bum to pick you out on this bad day and it's your life gone. Okay. Okay. Kamasuki. Upon landing, Eddie will embark on his dirty dozen. Okay. Yours Travers got into the comment. Nick Ross, can we subscribe to your channel? We'd love to see your non-lazy content. Yeah, I'd like to see that as well, funnily enough. David Coleman, Eddie is not sounding well. Will he make it to Thailand? I've been worse. I've been worse. Dutch Farang, rather be a paranoid-free man than paranoid to lose my virginity to a Thai bum in the Bangkok hotel. Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds dreadful. Nick Ross, sadly, it is all X-rated, not allowed on the usual channels. So I'm going to finish now anyway. We're almost up to midnight now. We've had not a bad little chat here, a bit of a lazy chat this one. So lazy, I'm even in my pajamas. But, you know, I redeemed myself. I have put a video out on the main channel today. So, I had to get that one out anyway. So, anyway, I'll be back on Monday night on this channel. I do thank the people like Ian UK. Let's just get that off the screen. Ian UK and a couple of the others who supplied questions. Please keep them coming, guys. I've supplied a lot of the big questions up to now. If you guys can supply some of them as well, we'll talk about them. And especially Monday and Tuesday evenings in particular. Because Monday and Tuesday, 10 p.m. UK time. It's October, it's autumn. I mean, what the hell else is going on? May as well come on here Mondays and Tuesday evenings and have a chat and have a discussion. We've got a great little gang here. It's absolutely wonderful for all you fellas. I'm so used to the names now, and a lot of you are used to each other. And, I really, really appreciate you coming along. So keep your questions coming, post some questions. And if it's a travel question, will tend to get asked on the other channel. But on this one, we'll talk about other subjects. We'll talk about other subjects. So, your input is welcome. Nick Ross, we'll give him a shout here. Nick Ross, currently working on a book about the old Pat Pong, using 7,000 negative slides and Polaroids I acquired from the old Pat Pong photographers when no cameras, etc., were allowed in bars. Okay. Bend over. Gaddafi tried to disconnect from the West. Globalists and got paid with his life. 25% of the people had university education. He also hung dissidents at universities in front of all the bloody students. Free power, and the list is long. Jesus Christ. He was a bad man. He pretended to be a good man, but he was a bloody bad man. He sponsored terrorism around the world, and he got us come up into the long run. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna finish this now. Anyway, it's 2 hours that we've been on. Anyway, a lazy 2 hours on a Saturday evening. Anyway, but great to have you fellas along. I'll be back on Monday night at 10 o'clock, and we've got a great little team. So all I'll say is good night. Thanks for coming along, and have a lovely Sunday. And I'll see you on Monday night, 10 p.m. UK time. Cheers.